Bloomberg Quint. This is the Market Wrap. I am Agam Vakil. We have seen benchmark indices advance after 2 days of weakness, with the Nifty advancing by as much as 60 points over that. And in terms of stocks which have lent to the strength here is Reliance Industries, up as much as 2.3%. A large chunk of this gain is on the back of HDFC Bank as well, with Tata Steel and Kotak Mahindra Bank also contributing quite substantially. Vedanta snapping its 8-day losing streak, up and about as much as 1.7%. On the losing end, we do have some weakness in UPL, and some of the OMCs once again getting in, well, some weakness there. Indian Oil Corp along with HPCL also declining. ONGC, one of the other counters, down by as much as 1.4%. Now, when it comes to the advance decline ratio, the advances did converge with declines on the National Stock Exchange, as is the case on the NSE 500. As you can see, we have one gainer for one loser at 149 apiece. On the gaining end, we do have Jai Corp up as much as 11.5%, KPR Mills, that's also up 8%, Unichem Laboratories, 3M India and Rain Industries up and about in trade. Well, on the losing end, Interglobe Aviation is the top loser on the NSE 500. It's followed by Avanti Feeds. Both these are trader as well as investor favorites. KNR Constructions, Manpasand Beverages and Take Solutions also declining in trade. Let's bring in our markets editor, Neeraj Shah, to get an idea about what's really going on. Neeraj, we did see the markets end near day's highs, that is the benchmark indices, but there was also convergence when it comes to the advance decline ratio in the final few minutes of the trading session.
I'm so glad, Agam, that you and I are not traders, because otherwise this would be so difficult market to trade, right? Yesterday, everybody, even the countdown show, were positioning themselves for some more downside. Trades were taken on that, with that perspective, right, and the markets have turned around. So, and what's caused this? An absence of some noises between the two powerhouses in the world, right? So you don't know when that could change. But I guess we living on, skating on thin ice, living by the edge, living by the day. And now I would presume that if that silence continues, then what we look forward to is what will happen on June 22nd, which is a couple of days from now. Just to keep in mind that we are going into the OPEC meeting with a fairly optimistic scenario of there being an uptick in the production, and whatever Iran is saying may not really fructify, and at least there won't be a downtick which could lead to some bit of upsides in crude. Should anything change there materially, then that's probably the rude jolt that the markets could get. Otherwise, for now, as we shut shop in India, the global markets are looking reasonably okay. So for the day, it looks all okay. But yeah, I mean, ask anybody and the valuations are a bit skeptical. But yeah, skating on thin ice, I would presume.
Right. Well, thanks, Neeraj, for bringing us from that perspective. And that said, of course, a lot of you will be watching out for the levels that we can keep an eye on when it comes to benchmark indices. This is what our technical analysts have to say. Listen in.
As far as the Bank Nifty is concerned, if you look at it from a slightly intraday, about 26,500, I think we are going to see some upside coming in. So yes, one, I wouldn't go short. Two, if I have positions, I'd hold. And three, if I were to do something fresh, I think Bank Nifty is the one to be looked at. About 26,500, I think we have the capacity to surprise. At least, I'm not saying a flare up like you said, but some surprise on the upside.
The 10,700 has acted as a support, and from there we have seen a pullback, and even the heavyweights like Reliance has bounced from a level of say somewhere around 899 and right now it's been moving towards its 50-week high, that is 1,023. So it's supporting, it's been supported, and the major contribution is coming from a Bank Nifty. So but still, overall, 10,810, 10,820 is where I'm looking at the resistance base. If it be able to cross, then the next level to watch would be 10,885.
So with that, let's shift focus to stocks and sectors. Let's address what's happening in aviation right now. Today was the day when we did see substantial correction in Interglobe Aviation, and we did see some losses in Jet Airways as well as SpiceJet. We have Samit Sarkar, who's joining us to give us an idea and perhaps updates with respect to the sector. Samit.
So DGCA came out with its air passenger traffic growth numbers yesterday, and for the month of May, if you see, it was just a growth of around 16.5%. That is the lowest for the industry for the month of May in the last 4 years. And in 2018, if you see, for the first 4 months, the industry was growing at a rate of around 25%, and the growth rate of May was around 16.5%. And that's and that is the main reason why we saw some weakness among the aviation stocks. There is a slowness in the growth of air passenger numbers. Along with that, there was some special news report on Indigo which suggested that ED had summoned the top management officials of Indigo, and that's the reason we saw a decline of around 7.5% based on that news report on the stock of Interglobe Aviation today.
All right, Sumit, thanks for bringing us those details. We'll watch out for how Interglobe Aviation opens in day tomorrow. But with that, it's a wrap on the markets. But lots more lined up, so stay tuned in the Bloomberg.